and asked to assume the investigation of Nassau Bay Police Officer Kaila Sullivan. Kaila Sullivan was run over. Two Nassau Bay officers had conducted a traffic stop in the 2002 block of San Sebastian. During that traffic stop, the suspect attempted to flee the scene. He was in the process of being arrested, and the officer did put one handcuff on him. He was able to get back in the vehicle. Officer Sullivan was then ran over by that vehicle, and she was pronounced deceased at the hospital a short time later. Our investigation led us to Tavoris Henderson as the driver of that vehicle. He's a 21-year-old black male. We have been searching for him throughout the night. Approximately 5 o'clock this morning, we did file a charge of felony murder on him. We came here to this residence today on, what is the name of the street? Came here to this residence today, which we know is his mother's residence. The mother was not aware. She had been at work last night. She wasn't aware if he was inside the house. We had reason to believe that he was possibly armed. So we used an abundance of precaution. We called our SWAT team out. We did a lot of surveillance on the house. SWAT team did eventually enter the residence. He was not located there. Right now we're asking anybody with information about his whereabouts to contact the Harris County Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit at 713-274-9100 or Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS.
Why take so long time just trying to get information if he was inside of the compound now? Do you have a special warrant sign or something like that?
I'm sorry, sir.
My question is, why take so long time to try to go inside the house?
For one, we were getting the warrant signed, and that does take time to write the warrants and then to have the district attorney's office review them and then a judge sign it. But also, we didn't want to rush to do anything. We wanted to get our SWAT team out here, get them set up, and have them execute that warrant if he indeed was here.
Is this suspect considered armed and dangerous at this point to the public?
We have interviewed people that know him that say that he has been known to carry a firearm. We have found some pictures that are out there that would indicate that he has been in possession of a firearm in the past. So yes, I would say that there's a good possibility he could be armed.
Is there any chance that this charge could be upgraded to the capital murder police officer?
Yeah.
Can you explain why it was felony murder now?
Well, for capital murder of a police officer, you have to prove intent, and we're still early in the investigation, and it is possible and maybe even likely that it could be upgraded to capital murder once we decide what his intent was.
Right now, do your investigators have any idea of his whereabouts?
We have searched several locations, but at this point we've been unable to locate him. So, as the tips keeps coming in and we develop leads, we will continue to quickly follow up on them. That's why we ask for the public's assistance. Anybody that may know where he is, please call us and contact us, contact Crime Stoppers with that information.
What would you tell the suspect if he sees this or any of our newscasts?
If you're watching this, please contact whatever police department, whatever jurisdiction you're in. Call 911, tell them who you are and that you'd like to turn yourself in. We would absolutely like to talk to you. Hear your side of what occurred out there. So turn yourself in. We will eventually catch up to you.
What can you tell us about the warrants that were out for his arrest?
The initial warrant, and I haven't had a chance, obviously we've been working all night long. I haven't had a chance to get out and review that warrant. I do know it was a Class A misdemeanor for assault family violence. It was filed by the city of Houston, and what I was told earlier was that it did occur in this area. Whether it occurred at this residence, I don't know at this time.
Now, you don't have to tell us what evidence, but did you find anything productive to advance the case in doing this stop and in searching the house?
This residence, and we were searching this residence for a body. We have the the tool of the crime in this case, which was his vehicle. The SWAT team, we really at this point here, we were just looking for him.
You said you recovered the vehicle? Where was that?
The vehicle was at the scene last night. The vehicle that he drove, the red Jeep that was on the scene. Right. From what we understand, he left the car there and took off running.
So was the suspect able to knock Sergeant Sullivan down, or how was he able to get away?
Without going into great detail, because I would like to hear it from him. She was there. They were both at the traffic stop. Two officers, both at the vehicle. As the vehicle sped away, she was knocked to the ground.
At what point do you think he was able to?
This residence, we don't know that he necessarily did make it here. Our presumption, we have been looking for him in other places all night. We knew that the mother was not here and no one was at the home. She came back. We met with her before she went in the house. She told us the house is locked up. We tried to make contact with them, unable to do so. So we did not want to put any officers or the public in jeopardy. We have people that are highly trained.
I understand Sheriff Gonzalez is just finishing up a press conference at somewhere about 8:30 this morning. The Harris County SWAT team breached a residence up in Houston looking for a suspect in the death of Sergeant Kaila Sullivan. They made entry into the home, did not find anybody there at this time, so the suspect is still at large. We're currently asking for any assistance with that information. The suspect is going to be identified as Tavoris Dwayne Henderson, date of birth of 10/28 of 98. He's a black male, he's 6 foot tall. We will get a picture out to you on our website. Mayor Denman's going to make some comments here in just a moment. Cheney Honeycutt, our PIO for the city, will give you some information on how to contact or get the information from us here at the city. We have made contact, we have spoken to Sergeant Sullivan's family, made contact with them. So we are working on providing assistance to them. We want to ask for privacy for Sergeant Sullivan's family and friends at this time. They've got a difficult time in front of them, so we'd ask that everybody respect their privacy. I'd also like to personally thank my officers back here who are out here all night. This is just a portion of them, but this is our community here. We've got our city officials, council people here, ministerial community is here. You can see Nassau Bay is a tight-knit community. In addition to that, the law enforcement community in this area has reached out tremendously overnight with assistance, specifically Webster Police Department and the Harris County Sheriff's Department assisting us with this investigation. We've been contacted by a number of other law enforcement agencies across the state, along with law enforcement resources from across the state. So we want to thank everyone who's reached out to us in support of our police department, our community, and especially Sergeant Sullivan and her family. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Mayor Denman.
Thanks, Chief. I'm Mark Denman, City Mayor of Nassau Bay. Nassau Bay was established in 1966, incorporated in 1971. Our 50th year anniversary is next year, which we're planning celebrations now. Of course, this is the first time we've had this loss, tragic loss, worst in our history, and we've had some pretty bad storms in this city. PD is a family. We're a small town, about 14 officers. We know them by face, by name. They're not like a family, they are a family. Kaila's loss is a tragedy, but our citizens are strong. And what's great is our citizens have praised Kaila all these years, not just today and after this terrible event, but up until now. She's highly regarded in our city, very caring. And I appreciate the calls of support we've had. I'll echo what Chief has said. Harris County, Webster, Congressman Brown Babin, Congressman Representative Dennis Paul, fellow mayors, all around us, the support has been incredible. And of course, City of Webster for their police hope. So pray with us. We're going to need all the help we can. We'll get through this. We have a strong community, a great police force, team. we'll be okay. Thank you. Now, Cheney.
Before Cheney comes up and speaks to you, I failed to mention, if anyone does have any information on the suspect, there's a couple of phone numbers that they can contact. First one, obviously, is Crime Stoppers, 713-222-TIPS. The other phone number, they can contact the Harris County Homicide Division directly at 713-274-9100. And with that, I'll turn it over to Cheney Honeycutt.
Hi, good morning. My name is Cheney Honeycutt. I'm the Public Information Officer for the City of Nassau Bay. Along with the phone numbers that Chief just mentioned, we'll have those listed on our website. We still are directing all questions and information to www.nassaubay.com/officer. At this time, we also have our Nassau Bay hotlines open, and there are 2 phone numbers associated with that. Just to be clear, this hotline is for questions not related to the investigation. We opened this hotline because we had such an extreme outpouring of support and donations from people throughout the course of the evening. So the first phone number for that line is 281-841-4420. The second phone number for that line is 281-979-2271. Once again, those 2 numbers are not for questions regarding the investigation, but that is our Nassau Bay phone line that we'll be willing to answer any questions that we do have. And we're also logging any donation requests or anything like that that people are offering for support. So with that being said, thank you very much.
Chief Grumman, can we just ask though, do we have any detailed description of the suspect, like obviously another vehicle at this time?
At this time, we do not have any further information. When he left the scene last night, he had a handcuff on one arm at that point. Obviously, we don't know if that's still in place. Other than that, we don't have any information that I'm aware of, and questions regarding the investigation will be left to the Harris County Sheriff's Department. They're the lead in this investigation at this time. So any questions about the ongoing investigation, you'll have to make contact with them.
Chief, could you give us a sense of just what Sergeant Sullivan was like her personality, and tell us a little bit about her?
Sergeant Sullivan, Kaila, was an outgoing individual. She was a leader in this department. She helped mold some of the officers that are behind me. She took care of our training. She was a guiding factor in this department. She was beloved in the community. She was a wonderful mother to a son. Took many trips during the summertime, family outings and stuff with her son. So she's just a wonderful person. She's a police officer's police officer. The epitome of what you would want in your department. She's going to be missed.
Chief, can you tell us, such a small department, you have 14 officers. How has this really impacted your department and your police officers?
I don't think we really know yet. It's too early. The guys behind me are professional. And we're going to remain that way because that's the way Sergeant Sullivan would have wanted us. But we're also people, and we're human, and it's going to hurt.
Chief, obviously this guy is going to be desperate. He's wearing a handcuff. What would you say to somebody that comes in contact with him or is helping him?
We'd ask him to do the right thing, have him turn himself in. We obviously know who he is. Make contact with the Harris County Sheriff's Department, get himself turned in so that nobody else gets hurt in this investigation.
Are you guys getting any extra help from outside resources to continue doing your job? Because as you mentioned, Sergeant Sullivan would want that, but dealing with the stress of what this has been like, are you guys getting extra resources to help you?
We are, like I said, the Webster Police Department is kind of a sister agency to us, working right next door to them, and then they've been, Chief Bo Rogers has reached out, and his staff, they've been extremely helpful to us, along with Sheriff Gonzalez and his staff. Constable Phil Sandlin has actually deployed some of his units to cover our city today for us, so that our officers can we can regroup and decompress before we go back on the streets. So yes, we're getting plenty of help and assistance from the other law enforcement agencies and law enforcement resources from across the region and the state.
Could you walk us through how the family's doing, notifying them with Obviously, that was very tough, but how are
Yeah.
they doing this morning?
I'll leave it at they're doing as best as can be expected, and we'll just leave it at that for their privacy. So thank you all very much. Thank you.
Thank you all for your time.